am Dr. Malhar from JOSHI'S Veterinary Clinic. I am owner and founder of this clinic. We work in Maharashtra. Today in this podcast, we have Mr. Tanmay Juvekar, who owns Good Doggy, the grooming brand, and he's well known for his grooming expertise. Hi Tanmay.
Hi Malhar, thank you for that lovely introduction, and I would like to add on to that we completed 8 years in the business.
Congratulations.
So this comes together quite well with having this podcast with a vet. So yes.
Treatment is not just medication. It is in combination with oral therapies, applications, and medicated shampoos. So for me, if I am treating a dog, let's say has a skin infection, XYZ, so I'll prescribe few medications, there will be applications and a shampoo. Now I will taper the medications, I'll fade out the medications over the course of 3 weeks, 4 weeks, maybe 8 weeks, and the shampoo will continue for maybe 16 to 20 weeks. This is how the treatment works. What type of infection it is, or if it is singular infection, like it's a bacterial or it's a parasitic, then there is a mixed infection that is led from that mix. Okay. So accordingly, I will choose a shampoo. Depending upon the severity, number of baths per week will alter. Some may take twice a week, some may take thrice a week. Then those will also fade out. Like we discussed about the essential oils on their skin. So then we fade out those. Eventually we may come down to once a week bath with a medicated shampoo. And I believe like there should not be use of only medicated shampoo with any animal, whether it's a dog or a cat. We give a bath, we rinse them with a medicated shampoo, we make sure that the infectious layer has been now removed. After which I recommend the bath with a soothing shampoo, maybe an oatmeal shampoo, something like that. So essentially the dog will take 2 baths on the same day. The second shampoo actually protects the skin barrier. The first shampoo is going to remove, but the second shampoo is going to repair and protect the skin barrier.
Okay.
That's how the medicated baths work.
And generally when vets suggest you have to bathe your dog with a medicated shampoo, now like we previously said, it is an external medication that goes on the body. So how much does drying take a part in it? Now in our case what happens is when it's a fungal infection, learning from your studies, what happens is if you do not dry the dog properly, the fungus still gets the humid climate when the dog settles.
It also depends upon what breed you have. Let's say I have a Hindi dog, I will just give a bath and do a towel dry. They don't have a big lengthy hair to do a hair dry. But let's say I have a Shih Tzu or Yorkshire Terrier, they will need a hair dryer. So 5 minutes of bathing and 10 more minutes of drying is essential for these long haired breeds.
Yes.
Totally depends. So whenever I am consulting, I do tell people after bath this is what you should be doing.
So at the salon what we do is when such cases presented to us, we put them on a routine at a substantial cost. Is because that person has to come every week, is coming with his own shampoo. So giving him the benefits of that, we reduce our rates because it's every week that we have to do it. And the main motive is that the dog has to get better. The dog or the cat has to get better. Now, there are certain times when a vet prescribes 3 different shampoos. Okay, and we have to overlap them, or we have to keep one shampoo for 5 minutes or one shampoo for 10 minutes. Now, that dog sometimes doesn't have the patience.
Like this dog.
Like that, like Yorkie. So, do you recommend mixing of these shampoos while bathing?
Personally, no.
Okay.
Personally, I do not recommend that shampoo should be mixed. Like, let's say we are using a chlorhexidine shampoo of any brand, and then we are using an oatmeal shampoo. So what happens is function of both chlorhexidine and oatmeal are totally different, and functionally they counter each other. So the shampoos which are countering each other are now on the skin at the same time, and they are not going to benefit the skin.
Okay.
Neither it is going to remove the infection, nor it is going to repair and moisturize the skin. So I always recommend that they should be used separately. If any of my patients required multiple shampoos, I would stick to 2 at a time, not 3 or 4. 2, so that first bath with medicated and then with the soothing shampoo and feeding of the medication.
Yeah.
But mixing never. I never recommend.
So
It's an easy trick.
Yeah.
We just mix it, apply it and forget
So
it.
generally
for 10 minutes.
sometimes we mix at the salon,
Okay.
but for cats,
Okay.
because cats
Cats are
cold
totally different
tolerance.
universe. Yeah.
cold tolerance for a cat is very low.
Yeah.
Even if you're using a warm water, like the geyser is on, everything is on, the cat is still going to shiver. The tolerance level of a cat with water is very low,
Yeah.
and we have to get the job done in the time that the cat is allowing us. There is
Yeah.
nowhere me in that. The groomer has no part. The cat is going to tell you it's going to give you 30 minutes and you have to finish your job in 30 minutes. After that, the cat is going to be restless. So that is where we actually mix the shampoos,
Yeah.
even though it's not required, but we have to because that species is like that.
Yeah, that is. See, cats are totally different.
Yeah.
They are totally different universe. They are totally different ballgame. Speaking of dogs, no mixing.
Hmm.
Do you have anything to say about unintentional harming of dogs during grooming?
Yes, it does happen. I mean, like the unintentional harm that I can think of is, probably the dog getting cut while you're doing its face.
Yeah.
Probably his nail bleeding because it's a black nail dog.
Yeah.
And what happens is if a pet parent has come up like a very long time.
Yeah, they grow and
They
they
grow.
turn.
And they turn, and the thing is, you and I know that there are veins inside,
Yeah,
and there are both veins.
Yeah.
Okay, so even if you can see the bigger vein, there is a smaller vein that's going ahead, and sometimes you snip that, and the pain that comes from that is actually like you cut off someone's finger.
Yes.
So, but when it comes to black nails, you can't see it. There is no guidelines of what you're supposed to do. Even if it's a groomer which is well established, at some point they might have
make a mistake. Yeah.
cut the nail a little too much to the quick, and the dog has hurt himself. Also, like I was saying, scissors. Like when you're doing a Shih Tzu face or something. Now a lot of times some dogs don't sit well on the table. Now it comes to the handler. Handler as in the person who's grooming the dog.
Exactly.
Everything comes down to his handling skills, his patience with the dog, his energy with the dog. And if he's calm enough, the dog is going to get calm eventually. Okay, a dog is going to present all the retaliation to the groomer. When the groomer doesn't budge in all the retaliations, the dog is going to start sitting quiet. And that's when, no harm is done. But initially when we've all learned, I have, cut someone's skin here while doing the eyes or nipped someone's lip or something. And we've all done that. It's because it's part of our learning.
Yes.
And unless you don't do that, sometimes you don't become a better person. And the other harm that I can think of is, probably when you're doing a 10 number shave around the crotch area, when you go a little too deep and then there are blade marks.
Yeah.
So these are the, the most basic harm that is done to a dog, which is unintentional.
Yeah.
It is like everyone is learning, everyone is, growing from there. Also, it comes down to the dog's behavior. And most of the times when we have seen as a dog getting hurt unintentionally is the dog who is not used to grooming.
So,
A hyper dog or pets that are home groomed.
yeah.
Now home grooming में we live in country which is India और इंडिया में एक ही चीज चलता है which is desi parenting.
Yes.
And that desi parenting doesn't stop to your own children, it goes to your pets as well. Now your pet is, getting bathed and also getting bathed while getting bathed.
Yeah.
So the whole point is that dog doesn't know what is better.
Yeah.
So if such pets, even a cat or a dog, go to a groomer, for them, the minute you pour water, everything starts playing in their head.
Yes.
And at that moment, just because we are new,
They get into a panic attack.
they get into panic, and just because we are new, they are going to try all that they can to make us stop doing it, because they already have a certain sense or knowledge of it, like how it's going to
So
end.
the stress actually affects their health.
Yeah, so eventually when that dog is on the table of couple of times and he sees, okay, this is positive, this is good, they are not, shouting at me, or they are not hurting me, I'm not getting a fatka on my bum or something like that. That's when they realize, okay, this is different and what's happening at home is different. And the patience is different.
Yeah.
At home, just because it's our own, we have lesser patience. And when it's outside, given to someone to do it, when we don't have to do anything, it's their,
I agree.
dirt to
I agree.
sweep.
Yeah. Do you find any breeds which are prone to stress or complications related to grooming?
There are no breeds as such which
Like
have
certain breed, you will find like they will have more chances of getting complications during grooming, or they'll trouble you during grooming.
No, so it all comes down to the exposure of the grooming. How exposed your pet is to grooming. Now just because it's been 8 years in the industry, I have groomed almost most of the breeds that are available right now. From a Chow Chow to everyone. Now Chow Chow is a breed that is like that. It is going to react. It selects just one owner. It has a very tight routine in its head.
Yeah.
It is a reactive dog. Now, when a Chow Chow is presented to us, our thought process is already that it is going to react at some point. If the first 45 minutes have gone nice, doesn't mean it can't go bad. It can go bad at any moment the minute the Chow decides.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, for the rest of the breeds, it is most probably the exposure that the breed has had or the pet has had. Now, there are labs. Generally, we say labs are very docile and fun, and it's a good energy to have around. Now, there are some labs which are like just sleeping all the time, sleeping in the tub, sleeping in the dryer. They'll give you their paw to do their nails and all. And uska, opposite. There are some labs who are completely hyper. They are just barking throughout the thing, and they've been coming to us since puppy. But they have a separation anxiety issue. Now, everything jots down to the behavior of the dog and the pampering of the dog and the training of the dog, if you have invested in a trainer or no, and how early you expose the dog to grooming. That decides how the dog is going to behave on the table.